Okay, so I'm going to give you a short introduction to CloudFormation because it's so important to see how this service works. So in CloudFormation, we're going to create a stack, and then you have to provide a stack template. So I want to make sure that before you create a stack, the stack template I have to use has to be used in US East 1. So please click on the region and go to US East Northern Virginia, US East 1. Otherwise, things will not work for you and you will get an error. So please, everyone, go into the US East Northern Virginia, US East 1 region. Okay, so next we have to create a stack through a template. So we can use some sample templates or even create one in Designer, but I have a template that is ready for us. So we're going to use the ready-to-made templates, and then we can either say that the template is in Amazon S3, or we can upload it. And we are going to upload it, so I'm going to click on Upload a File. And within the code, I will choose CloudFormation, and within it, I will choose 0, just EC2. And this CloudFormation template is going to create an EC2 instance for us. If you wanted to look at what is within that template, it is not necessary to know how this works, but as you can see, it's quite easy to read. We are going to create resources. One is going to be called my instance. The type of it is an EC2 instance, and then you define some properties about that EC2 instance, for example, the availability zone, US East 1A, the image ID, so the AMI ID, and the instance type, T2 micro. And that's it. This should create for us an EC2 instance. So we are uploading this file. This is good. Then we click on View in Designer if you want to see what this template looked like in the Designer in the graphical way. As we can see very quickly, as soon as I zoom out, this is a very simple instance, just an EC2 instance, and it is alone right now. Okay, I will click on Next, and then I will call it Demo CloudFormation. Okay, great. Next, you're able to set some parameters, but for now we don't have one in our template, so there is no input here. I will click on Next. We could tag it. I will call it name demo CF, and I will scroll down. We don't need to worry about these options. We'll click on Next, and then you can see here that you can estimate the cost. I don't know how long this link is going to be working because the simple monthly calculator is going away, but right now you could click on Estimate Cost if you wanted to. Okay, so we review everything. I will scroll down and then I will click on Create Stack. And so as you can see, what I did is that I uploaded a template. So the template is here. This is just some lines of codes. And this template is actually going to be used to create an EC2 instance. So this is why CloudFormation is called Infrastructure as Code. So if we go to events, we can see all the events that are happening for our stack creation. And as we can see, my instance is now in create in progress. And so that means that the EC2 instance is now being created. We can verify this by going into the EC2 console. So let's go into the EC2 console. And as we can see in the EC2 console, I am also in the US East Northern Virginia region. Okay. Then you click on instances and you will see that yes, this EC2 instance was created for me. The name is demo CF, the type is T2 micro, and the AMI ID is the one we specified, as well as the availability zone, which is US East 1A. So whatever we had specified in our template is what has been created in AWS. So when we're done, we get into the create complete state. And now if you look at the stack info, it is create complete and it is fully done. So now we can use that EC2 instance and do whatever we want with it. And this is the power of infrastructure as code. So these are our CloudFormation templates, but on top of creating one, you can update it. So if I go to update, I'm able to replace the current template and upload a new one. And in this case, I will be choosing one EC2 with sgeip.yaml. And this template is a little bit more complete because if we have a look at it, we have more stuff. We have some parameters, we have some resources, which contains my EC2 instance, but now there's security groups attached to my EC2 instance. I define an elastic IP. I define 2 security groups and their security group rules. And these security groups are going to be attached to my EC2 instance. So this template is more complicated, but now we have 4 kind of resources, but CloudFormation is smart enough to figure out what to do with that template and how to create things in the right order. So let's have a look. I'm going to click on Next, and now I'm able to specify the security group description. So demo security group description through CloudFormation. As you can see, we can enter whatever we want in the parameters. I will click on Next, and maybe it's going to be too long, so I'll just do demo security group just to be safe. I will click on Next. I can change the tags, but I will keep them as is. I will scroll down, click on Next, and then I will scroll down again. And as we can see in the very bottom, there is something called a change set. Now, a change set is what CloudFormation will do if we apply this stack. So as we can see, it will add an elastic IP, it will add 2 security groups, okay? And for the instance, it will modify it. And to modify it, it will do replacement true. So that means that the previous instance is going to be terminated and a new instance will be created with the right configuration. So in this example, CloudFormation will have to destroy and terminate the previous instance, something that's good to know. Okay, so we're happy with these changes. So let's go ahead and update the stack. And now we are into update in progress. And so CloudFormation, again, will do behind the scenes all the necessary changes in our AWS cloud to get to the end state that we have specified through the templates. So in the meantime, we can view this template in Designer to see that it's a little bit more complete. So in this example, we have my instance connected to an elastic IP and connected to 2 security groups. And this is again a nice way to visualize this. So back into our CloudFormation template, let's have a look at the other tab. So parameters is what we had as the value of the parameter. Resources is what is getting created by our CloudFormation template. So as we can see so far, 2 security groups have been created and my instance is in update in progress, okay? And I will need to wait a little bit. And we are waiting for the events for my elastic IP to also be created, and it happens right now. So create is in progress and it's going to be very, very quick. But as soon as I finish refreshing this, we can see in the resources that now 4 resources have been created, and so my template is almost done. So back into my EC2 console, if I refresh this, I can see that now I have 2 EC2 instances, one that was created from before and one that is created right now. And because we only need 1 EC2 instance, then I expect the other one to be terminated very, very soon by CloudFormation. So if I refresh, we'll see this in a second. So the elastic IP is now being fully completed. And if I go to events, now there's a cleanup in progress, and the cleanup is actually going to terminate the other EC2 instance I had created. So back into the EC2 instances, I will refresh this, and now this other instance is shutting down. And as you can see, I did nothing but write code, and CloudFormation figured out exactly what to do, what to create in the right order, when to delete EC2 instances, and so on. And that's really the big magic of CloudFormation. So as we can see, instances have been created. If I go to tags, they are tagged with a name I gave it, but also they also get some CloudFormation tags automatically. If I go to my security groups in here, I will see the security groups created by CloudFormation. There are 2 right here. And if I go to elastic IP, we haven't really seen elastic IP, but it is a static public IP. We can see one has been created right here. So CloudFormation really allowed us to have all these things created for me automatically. And now the update is complete for my CloudFormation templates. And what about cleanup? Well, as you can expect, CloudFormation can clean up after itself, so we don't need to go and delete things manually in the EC2 console. No. Instead, what we can do is to get the stack, and then you click on delete, and this will delete all the resources associated with the stack. So I'll click on delete, and now the delete is initiated. And again, CloudFormation will figure out in which order to delete these stack elements and resources. And this is great because we can just clean up after ourselves and we'll be done for this hands-on. So all in all, to summarize, CloudFormation is a really easy way to define templates and resources and infrastructure as code. And CloudFormation allows you to take the same template, and if it's well written, you can deploy it to many AWS regions or many AWS accounts. And that makes it really a base foundation for so many other type of infrastructure on AWS. So I hope you like this lecture. I hope that makes sense, and I will see you in the next lecture.